I practically became a single mother the day he traveled without my consent. You didn't get that right. Should I repeat myself? I practically became a single mother the day he traveled without my consent. Yeah, I'm Oludayo Kehinde. You can call me Badiaro. I'm here to tell you my story how I became a single mother. My story. I'm sorry, I am not going to get so emotional about this. I became a single mother the day I traveled out of this country without my consent. It happened 2011. He traveled without my consent. I don't know that he's traveling. I don't even have any idea that he will be traveling. I don't even know that he's making plans to travel without telling me. Let me say 3 days to when he will be traveling out of this country. We slept on the same bed. He did not mention it to me. He did not say anything to me. Then we stay together in his parents' house. So I practically stay with his father, mother, and siblings. So I knew about the traveling. I think it was 4 days after he has left Nigeria for France or more. I won't die. I won't die, as in, I feel like dying. I was so small then. I feel like dying. I feel like committing suicide then. Do you know what happened to me? I fell sick. I fell sick for good 6 months. I fell sick. My children fell sick as well for good 6 months. My parents was thinking I'm going to die. My mom was so scared because I was not even responding to treatment. As in, someone you called your husband, someone you called your best friend, someone you love so genuinely, someone you believe you trust, was making such plans without you. He traveled without my consent. So when they broke the news to me that, oh, Dayo, your husband is out of the country, blah, blah, blah. They were like trying to scope me. He did not even know that he'll be traveling to France. He planned to travel to Abuja, and all of a sudden, he has to travel to France. I was like, I am not a mumu now, but what do you have me do then? I closed my mouth. I couldn't say anything. I'm a small girl. I am talking about 13 years ago. I couldn't do anything. He's going to call you. He will call you. I will call you and tell you more about it and explain to you about it. I'm telling you, that day, I said it that I said it to myself, Dio, this is not what you planned for. This is not what you pray for. This is not what you want in marriage. This is not what you want in your relationship. So that is why I said I practically became a single mother the day he left Nigeria without telling me. This happened 13 years ago. Let me bust your brain. His parents, siblings knew he will be traveling. And no one mentioned it to me. No one. They see it as normal thing. Go need because often Dio now. There's no need of telling Dio. There's no need of letting her know. So I was even saying to myself that time that what are these people trying to say? Am I going to hinder him or stop him from traveling that could make his parents, siblings, and himself not to mention it to me? I lost everything. I fall into depression for a good 6 months. I almost ran mad. I was even displaying I was displaying madness. I started talking to myself. I started talking to myself while walking on the streets, while walking inside the house. I was asking myself different kind of question that what have you done wrong? I was asking myself different kind of question. When you talk about love, I love this man with all my heart then. I am not going to talk about his past histories, issues, because when we are dating, a lot of people came to me that you don't date this guy. See what happened to him. See what happened to him. But when you are in love with someone, you won't listen to any negative side talk. You focus. He betrayed me. He was my first betrayer. Yeah. He was my first betrayer. I almost lost my life. I almost killed myself, commit suicide. I fell sick for good 6 months. I am going to share you my pictures after recovering from that sickness. I was so thin like cane, like pankere. There's one cane they call pankere in Yoruba language. I was so thin. It wasn't a good experience. It wasn't. It wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one at all. But one thing I am grateful to God for was that I was able to come out of the trauma. I was able to recover myself. I was able to move on. I am a single mother of beautiful 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. I am still going to tell you more about how I became a single parent. And I'm going to tell you what my experience looks like. What my experience after the whole situation that he traveled without telling me, without my consent. Oh God. Whew. Look at me today. 13 years after. This is me 13 years after. Looking still beautiful. Looking healthy. Looking strong. All glory to God. He left. He abandoned me. He moved on with his life and called and said, Dio, I am not holding you and I am not delaying you. You are free to move on with your life because I have actually moved on with my life. You can imagine that someone that you are still waiting for, that one day you will surely come back and apologize and say sorry. But what what he could say is that, Dio, move on with your life. I have moved on with my life. But glory be to God that I am happy now. I am happy and I have actually moved on with my life as well. I am happy seeing my kids around me. Even if things are not, even the things are not going fine the way I would have loved it to be. But I am still grateful to God. When I look back and see my children, I became more happy. I love my children. And I'm going to make sure that they are okay. I am going to make sure that they are well trained and educated. I am going to make sure they are very, very, very okay in life. I am going to give them, with the help of God, I am going to give them what they need in life. This is how I practically became a single mother the day he traveled out without my consent. Please, moms, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Oludayo Kehinde. You can call me Badi and Ron. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, comment on my videos, share my videos. I love you all, moms.